Luke, I think the big question I have looking at the
freaking Trop, man.
I mean,
that sucks, man.
The roof is open to Tropicana Field, and I think about they had hundreds of
the roof's coming down,
ready to go. Do we know if people are okay at Tropicana Field, and do we know if people are okay with those crane collapses?
Wow, the roof's freaking gone, man. Only with the power.
The truth is, I just have no way of knowing at this time. I just don't have enough information. As I mentioned before, we were here earlier today, this afternoon. Well, I guess maybe at this point, if it's okay, so it's still 11 o'clock. So earlier this evening, we were here, and we didn't have the great number of trucks and ambulances and other resources.
They're hoping everyone got out. There was people in there.
Daisy knows that building pretty well there.
Lights keep flickering. It is Sunday, November 17th. I'm crossing Tampa Bay for the first time since Hurricane Milton. Headed to St. Petersburg. This will be the first time I've seen St. Pete and Tropicana Field since Hurricane Milton. I've been putting this off. Getting closer to the Trop. Holy crap. Seen it on video footage, pictures. First time seeing it in the real this far away. Holy crap. I don't know if you guys can see the framework. Holy crap. About to get a whole lot closer. Holy crap. Wow. Passing Central here on Martin Luther King. Should be able to turn, typically be able to turn right into the parking lot of Tropicana Field. Let's see how close I can get to it. It's over here on my right. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. Alright, yeah, I'm making the turn. It looks like the parking lot is open. Tropicana Field. Welcome. I can't believe this is going down. Oh my Lord. This is where we would drive in before every game and park. The ticket booths, there's only one here. Normally there's more here. I don't know if they were just moved because there's no games, or they were damaged as well. Wow. Oh my gosh. Just filming this real time. A lot of memories. A lot of baseball games. I didn't think I was gonna react this way. Holy crap. Oh man. I can remember the first time I ever came here. Parked right over in that area. My dad, my brother, first game ever, watching the Rays versus the Baltimore Orioles. I believe Cal Ripken Jr. was playing that day for the Orioles, of course. Alright, it's a heck of a way to start a video. I'm gonna park, get out and walk around. Looks like there's still some disaster recovery buildings over here from Hurricane Milton. They're still working on cleaning this place up. There's gate 1. We always walk through gate 1. You can see the damaged Tropicana Field sign right there. Thankfully we came here, enjoyed the games, recorded them, documented them. They're out there. Who knew that this would happen? No one knew this would happen. I am now zoomed in at the roof. There is no panel left. There is no roof left. It is completely a skeleton. After every game, after every victory, that roof would light up orange, and we will never see it again. The Tampa Bay Rays have most likely played their last baseball game ever in Tropicana Field. We knew it was coming, and at the end of 2027, the new stadium that was going to be built right out here was supposed to be up by and going. The Rays were supposed to play their first game in the 2028 season after their 30-year contract ended here with Tropicana Field. The Rays began in 1998. The stadium was actually built in about 1990 and 91 and sat vacant for years. This is actually the second home of the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Tampa Bay Lightning hockey team played here, the NHL team, a couple seasons before they built the Ice Palace, now Amalie Arena over in Tampa. And that is when Tropicana Field got its nickname, the Thunderdome. Tropicana Field, originally called the Thunderdome. I still call it that. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if it's your first time. I'm Tampa J, huge Tampa Bay Rays fans. I've spent a lot of time inside that stadium, made a lot of videos, made a lot of memories. Odds are if you clicked on this video, you're a Tampa Bay Rays fan, although there's not very many of us. Thinking of, you know, the time I spent here with my dad, my brother, family members, Chris the girl, my fiance. She surprised me with some Rays tickets a couple years ago. I spent my birthday here. Of course, my good friend Adam the Woo, huge Rays fan. He's made so many videos here. I have just the past several seasons. Been coming here for, 20 years. The Rays have been my team for a long time, and we have had it the worst. I tell you, man, this might be the worst pickle that an MLB team has ever been in. We have no home right now. We have no stadium. And yesterday we got terrible, tragic news. The deal fell through to build the new stadium right here. Pinellas County approved $301 million. Pinellas County is the county of St. Petersburg. And they were supposed to help fund most of the stadium, but they pulled the plug, and they did not approve the bonds to complete this project. Stu Sternberg, the owner of the Rays, has been trying to get this going for several years now, and we have one of the worst attendances in the MLB. A lot of people do not come out to the games. A lot of people hate our stadium. Before the roof went off, we've always been told that we have the worst stadium in the MLB. Bought this shirt right there in the team store, Rays Republic. I'm thinking of Steve, our good friend in the store that we say hello to every time we come to the game, and all the people who worked in there. Thinking of DJ Kitty, which is okay. He wasn't there that night. Raymond. Oh man, I'm just taking all this in right now. There's a lot to say. I'm going to talk about what's on my mind, my feelings, the Rays, baseball. Just think about your team. Whether you're a Yankees fan, Dodgers fan, congratulations to the Dodgers winning the World Series. Think about, I don't know, whatever team you are. Think about a tragic event coming in, taking out your controversial stadium, and you having no place to go watch America's pastime, something you love. You may not be a baseball fan, but maybe you can think of something that relates to that sentiment, to that feeling. So, where do we begin? This is going to be a talking vlog. We're going to approach and walk around the stadium. Don't know if we'll be able to get inside. I don't think so. There are hundreds of videos, pictures, drones footage of what it looks like in there. It is like hell on earth inside there right now for me. Totally shattered. So the Rays have no place to play baseball right now, and no future plans, because the 2028 project for the new stadium has fallen through. I will talk about that in a minute. It is going to cost $56 million to fix that roof. And because the Rays were planning on, bulldozing this eventually in a couple years as we're going into the new stadium, that was not worth it. But now, because Pinellas County has pulled the plug, is it feasible to put the 50-odd something million, I think it's around 56 million, is it worth it to fix the stadium now? Because right now, the Rays are playing at a minor league exhibition field that holds 15,000 fans for the next 3 seasons. That's the reality of it. I will take you, in this video, we will go to where the Rays will be playing for the 2025 season for sure. George Steinbrenner Field, spring training home of the Tampa Bay Yankees. We're going to go take a look at that and talk about that more. But we are kind of in purgatory right now. And in this moment, the Rays are closer to leaving Florida than ever before. We have no deal to build a new stadium. We have no stadium. This is terrible. It is a terrible time to be a Tampa Bay Rays fan, a diehard Rays fan that wants to see their team stay in their city, if not in the state of Florida. There have been talks for years about the Rays moving because no one comes to the games. Thankfully, we have a great baseball team. We're in the AL East. We play the toughest teams around for years. The New York Yankees, the Boston Red Sox. We have no respect. I always said once we win our first World Series, which is even further from the truth now, once we win that, maybe we'll get respect. But we've always had a great team, and we've always had one of the smallest budgets as far as paying the players in the MLB, and we've played the best. And in 2020, we went to the World Series and almost beat the Dodgers. And also in 2008, we went to the World Series and almost beat the Phillies. The families. I consider them family now that I've been to the Philly Stadium and friends with some good Philly fans. Shout out to the Philly captain. I'm just going to ramble here, guys, before I approach the stadium. There's just a lot to say, a lot of feelings. I can't believe I'm looking at that right there. Not one single piece of the roof left. A bunch of the pieces had fallen inside. There was pieces everywhere. Looks like they've cleaned most of the property up. There's still trucks over there. I see dumpsters. Maybe I can take a peek inside one of those dumpsters. Maybe there's a piece of the roof in it. I'm going to walk around, then eventually go to where the Rays will call home for the 2025 season. So $56 million to fix the roof, over almost a $500 million stadium, I think. I mean, it's going to be billions of dollars. This is going to be a whole project. There was going to be hotels. They were going to call it like the gas lamp district. There was going to be restaurants. Basically, imagine like an Orlando kind of Universal City walk going on here with hotels. It was going to bring jobs. But the people of St. Pete and the people of Pinellas County do not want this stadium. Therefore, they do not appreciate, they do not want the Tampa Bay Rays here. I'm just going to go out and say that. They are not baseball fans. And I'm tired of hearing that. I just wish more people would come to the games. I just think, I've always said this, I don't think Tampa Bay is a baseball town. We have one of the best attendance records in the NHL. The Lightning games, we're a hockey town. They sell out. The Yankees have been in the Tampa Bay area. A lot of New Yorkers live here. The Yankees have been here since the 1920s. They've been playing spring training baseball. There are a lot of Yankees fans here that move into the area. There are pictures of Babe Ruth in the 1920s around this area. I just think there's a lot of baseball fans, but most baseball fans are either Yankees fans or Dodgers fans. I mean, we are going to play our 2025 season at the Yankee Stadium. And, for someone that loves the Rays and loves the competition, the last thing we want to do is play at one of our biggest rivals' spring training stadiums. But I get it. It makes sense. It's in Tampa. It is the largest baseball stadium around, next to the Tropicana Field. we'll talk about more of that later when we get there. I don't want to get too far ahead. Just throwing everything out here in the beginning. So I'm gonna cut this this long 9-minute rant, and I'm gonna try to keep it positive as I can. I'm here to check out the damage that has been done to our baseball stadium, Tropicana Field. This could be the last look at it. Who knows what will happen, and who knows if the Rays will ever play here or anywhere in Florida other than a spring training stadium ever again. They might be going to Tennessee. That's the latest rumor. Unfortunately, there's so much ahead. And I'm approaching this dumpster here. Let's take a peek in it. This looks like it came out of somewhere in Tropicana Field. I see a lot of drywall. Don't know if I see a piece of the stadium. Got my Tropicana Field Gator shirt on because they spotted an alligator in the little creek that runs around Tropicana Field. I've never been able to find them, but I always look for them. I'll have to look for him again. I hope he made it through Milton. Welcome to Tropicana Field, Gate 1. So normally, if it was game day, there would be a security checkpoint underneath this awning. And you walk up to Gate 1, and it looks like there's some other folks out here checking out the stadium. The Tropicana Field sign torn apart. Wow. You know, so far right here, you can't see the dome, but you wouldn't know that it's gone. The top of the Trop is gone on the actual sign too. There's actually more of the roof on the sign than there is on the real roof. Wow. This is where we'd walk in, scan our tickets. Sirens. See if I can take a peek inside. All the trash cans in front of the door. Wow, right there. So many times on camera. Greeted by DJ Kitty, Raymond, the Stilt Guy, even Stu Sternberg, the Rays ladies, and right there into the Rays Republic store. I don't know if we will ever be able to go inside here again. This is blowing my mind. At least we can peek in the windows, right? Wow. I went to grab my phone to take a picture and I realized I left it out in the car, so I'll be back. I'm gonna go get my phone. I parked not terribly far. Way out there. Oh my gosh. Okay, can you tell I got emotional? I'm not thinking right. I left my freaking phone on top of my car. Whoops! It's very hot. Wow. Wanted to take a look at Booker Creek. Maybe we'll see the alligator this time. I don't know. I think I see a turtle down there. It's really pretty. There's a nice little waterfall over here. Yeah, no alligator. Don't see it. Water looks a little cleaner than normal. Wonder why that is. And here's the entrance to the Rays Republic store that is not only open on game days, but is open all week long. And here are the store hours. Even if it were open, it would not be open today. It's Sunday, so it would be closed. But typically Monday through Saturday, it's open 10 to 5, 10 to 4 on Saturday. Just take a peek in the window. Yeah, I don't think they're not open. And check out all the ceiling tiles that we perhaps saw in the dumpster. They must have got wet because they're gone. The ceiling tiles are gone. See some of the merchandise in there. Some of the Rays jerseys, the City Connect jerseys. But I almost bought one of those. I got the hat and I got the pullover that the Rays actually sent me in the mail. That was really nice. Still got that. There's a logo there. Yeah, I'm gonna walk all the way around the stadium. Had it not been for that one panel that came apart, there would be no question. The stadium would have been fine. Just that one panel. One goes and then it all goes. The rest is history. I think this is gate 7. I think it's self-explanatory. There are 7 gates. This is the one to the right of gate 1, so they go kind of clockwise. Yeah, I see a lot of trash being taken out in the dumpsters. A lot of construction workers still around. Will they rebuild this? Will they rebuild the roof? It's not really worth it. If I were the owner and I had to spend $56 million just to play baseball here for the next 3 years, I personally probably wouldn't do it. So no offense to Stu. I can understand Stu Sternberg, the owner of the Rays, being so frustrating and just wanting to get out of this deal. And I know the MLB is putting pressure on him to move because of our attendance problem. So that's why I think the Rays, unfortunately, I hate to say it, they might be moving. And right now it might be Tennessee. I've also heard Salt Lake City, Montreal. Who knows? Best case scenario, to find out how to build a stadium finally in Tampa. And they're on the east side of Tampa. Fairgrounds, near downtown. Downtown is almost non-existent. Ybor City, Tampa, they're maxed out. They're building high-rises left and right down there. I don't know where they would build it now. They waited too long. I'm gonna walk across this old bridge here. This used to be a railroad bridge. I've shared it a couple times. Some of the game night videos I've shared out here. A very historic railroad bridge, which is now a trail. Runs right through Pinellas County. And up on the trail, up on the bridge, walking to the north side of the stadium. And I'll look down the hill to see what's going on here. There's definitely security. This is where they would take all the trash out, all the dumpsters. Yeah, I guarantee you there's pieces of the roof in there. They've wrapped everything neatly into baggies. This is definitely debris, leftovers from Milton, the damage. And watching that on the news real time, I was just in shock. Couldn't believe it was happening. And people were worried because there were people staying in here as a hurricane shelter. They were workers, linemen. And thankfully someone said, hey, let's get out of here, hours before it even happened. But at that time, no one had updated the news. So they were saying, oh my God, there's people inside. And we were like, holy crap. We hope everyone is okay. But thankfully, you know, Rays, Tropicana Field were quick to update everyone that no one got hurt. Thankfully, no one got hurt. This is the emergency generator. It's what made me think of all that. Here's some of the floor on pallets. I think this is the floor that they lay down for events when the baseball game's not going. These are typically always sitting out here. I think that's what that is. For a couple seasons back, we were parking over in a lot behind these buildings over here off of Central, in between First and Central, for 15 bucks. And we kept doing that, but Tropicana Field decided to lower their parking in the parking lot, the main parking lot, from about, 30 bucks down to 25. So we paid the extra 5 bucks the last couple seasons to, save the walk. I can't believe this is happening right here in frame. Wow. I can't remember that. I think Hurricane Helene maybe initially tipped this over. I want to say that, or maybe I just saw it go down first that night of Milton. There you go. Tropicana Field in the background. Home of the Rays. Well, not anymore. Not anymore. Wow. You take a screenshot. Fortunately, it'll last longer. I think that can be easily fixed. What do you think? This. Not that. And this will be the north corner, I believe. I get a little turned around St. Pete. Could be the east corner. I want to say, yeah, pretty much east, northeast. Gate 6. The upper deck of the Tampa Bay Rays has been closed for the last couple of seasons. No one up there, not enough people. Last time we were up there, I believe, was like AL East playoffs, the last time we made it. I think that was either 2021 or 2022. I'm talking about the seats, the nosebleeds. Back in the day, when there where more people come to the games. I used to sit up there all the time. It was, sometimes you get into these games for like $5. Gate 6. And this should be the third base side. So I want to talk about something that I've never talked about before. I've never told this story on camera. In 2022, August 2022, my grandmother sadly, unexpectedly, you know, passed away. And I got to speak with her. I love my grandma, by the way. Loved her to death. She's my best friend. Got her in the video way back. I was inside Tropicana Field watching a baseball game when I got the news that it was going to be moments before my grandma passed. And so my cousin called me on FaceTime, and I was sitting behind the home dugout. Adam was there. Chris, Aimless Adventures, was there. Adam the Woo, Aimless Adventures. I got a text from my cousin. She said, hey, just so you know, if you want to talk to Grandma, she's about to pass on. So I immediately got out of my seat. I came up, actually, about right over here in this area. There's like a Hall of Fame, not the current Hall of Fame, but an older Hall of Fame. A bunch of plaques right in between the third base food hall and the team store on this side. And I went over there because it was nice and quiet, and I got a FaceTime. My mom was there, my aunts were there, my cousin was there, and my grandma. And my grandma told me she loved me for the last time. Beautiful moment. Right there, inside. We smiled, we laughed. I hung up. And before I got back to my seat, I got a text message from my mom that said Grandma had passed moments after she spoke to me on the phone. I was the last person that ever spoke to my grandma on the phone in Tropicana Field. In that moment, I didn't cry. I was happy. I got to talk to my grandma and just was in so much shock. The next morning, I got in my car. I drove straight to Indiana to be with my family. I didn't even announce that she passed publicly until December, until Christmas, when I really missed her the most. I just didn't want to deal with it. You know, my grandma was with me every day. I've never told that story, but I felt like today was the day to tell it. Because I may never go in there. Ever since then, all the games I've been to since, many, I walk past that spot and I think about my grandma and the last moments I shared with her. And even though they're going to tear this place down, you know, this still is the spot here at Tropicana Field. I'm thinking of the first time I came here several years ago and made a video. We actually came up to this side and entered the game. I'm talking about me and Adam the Woo. We entered, I think it was gate 3. And that's the first time, you know, I documented, since I had a YouTube channel, that I recorded Tropicana Field. We went in this way, and there was a guy on like an ECV that kept telling us, we saw him a couple games, he would come by on the sidewalk, we saw him a couple times, he would be like, the Rays are going to the World Series, and we always got a good kick out of that. And they almost did that year, almost, they got pretty close, but we haven't been there since 2020. Check this out, the Hall of Fame walk. Look at this. Oh, look, I point right to Tony La Russa Jr., 1991. Chichi Rodriguez, 1992. We've even got handprints. It's like the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Marty Lyons, 1993. Joey Chitwood. Nicole Hazlitt. There's a lot of people in here, not just baseball players. There's Billy Reed. There's Charlie Bradley, who went to USF. Vince Namolt. We've got Phil Esposito, hockey legend and owner, or original coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning, who would have coached here at the Thunderdome. That's cool. That's really neat. I wonder where these are going to go. I hope they're able to save these, because these are amazing. As I'm walking through here, another memory. Adam the Woo and I playing catch right here, throwing our baseballs back and forth. We brought our gloves one night, and we were just kind of like tossing the ball out here, waiting for the gates to open. Gates typically open 90 minutes before first pitch, so get out here early enough, you know, you can do whatever you want. We can even go to Ferg's. I don't think I'll go to Ferg's today, but that's the Tampa Bay Rays bar over on Central that we typically show for or walk through before every game. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff you can do. It's not your typical baseball town. It's not like Wrigleyville or what like that, anything like that, but there's a small clique of Rays fans that have that spirit around here, and that's what I really appreciate, the fans that really care. I'm thinking of Cowbell Max, Rays super fan. Shout out to him. Took several trips the past couple years traveling, Fenway Park, the Chicago trip. Max was there with us as we were watching our Rays take on those teams. Yeah, good guy. Cowbell Max, shout out to Cowbell Max. Yeah, from this angle, you wouldn't know anything is wrong, because the top of the Trop is so far up there. These are the air conditioners, by the way, that power the big units, the outdoor units. It's cool that we can walk all the way around the stadium. Really nice view of downtown St. Pete straight ahead. I can remember one time I was coming down, we had just got like defeated, like blown out by the Yankees. This was back in like the mid 2000s. And I remember, and it's still the same today, I remember all the Yankees fans cheering and taunting us Rays fans and telling us that we suck and that our stadium sucked. And I was thinking, I was like, wow, that's great, cool, good for you, New York Yankees. I'm not trying to start a fight here, I'm just telling you what happened, like right up in there. But all these years later, I just want to say, all the Yankee fans that come here, be thankful that there's a team here so you can come see your team play. Really. I know you got spring training, but think of all the Yankees fans that live down here now and come to these teams when their team is playing. That will be no more if the Rays leave. So you'll have to fly to New York or wherever else they play. I don't think I've ever shown this portion of Booker Creek. Maybe the alligator's over there. This comes under the second bridge down from gate 1. Where's the gator? Hope he's alive and well. I'm sure he's doing good. A lot of alligators got relocated because of the storm, sadly. A lot of them ended up in TikTok videos inside people's homes. Imagine that. Ooh, that's scary. And I made it all the way around. I'd like to say, I'd like to stay a lot longer, but to be honest with you, I can't take much more. It's really heavy, guys. This is really heavy. I didn't think it would affect me this much, but I just love baseball. I love my friends. I love the memories we made here. And we already knew it was going away, but dang, what a way to pour salt on the wound, you know? Yeah, it's hard to take in. So I'm gonna get back in my car and we're gonna head over to Tampa. I'm gonna show you where the Rays will be playing their season, their home games in 2025. One last look before we go, and hopefully not the last look. Maybe we'll get at least 2 more seasons. For sure they're not here in 2025. Maybe they'll rebuild the roof, eat the money, and we'll get 2 more seasons. It definitely won't be the last time I come here. If they start to demolish it, I'll come back. I don't know if I can sit here and watch that, to be honest with you, but definitely will come back at least 1 more time. I hope many. Rays up. Go Rays. And on my GPS map here, Tropicana Field still has a dome. Look at that. Check it out. That's where I'm sitting. I'm getting the directions to Steinbrenner Field. See how far it is from the stadium. Let's see. George M. Steinbrenner Field. It is, right now, without traffic, a 28-minute drive across the bay. 22 minutes. Tampa's most busiest highway, Del Mabry. Know it like the back of my hand. Used to go to school up here at Hillsborough Community College, the Del Mabry campus, which is right before Steinbrenner Field. Over here, the practice facility of the New York Yankees spring training practice facility, kind of catty corner from Steinbrenner Field. And then up here, directly across from Steinbrenner Field, home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, last home of Brady, Raymond James Stadium. And just up to the left will be Steinbrenner Field. And it will be here on the left. Not so sure how close we can get. I'm gonna try to, oh, it looks like I can get in there. Steinbrenner Field. Spring training home of the New York Yankees, formerly known as Legends Field. First time I went there. Been there many a times. It was known as Legends Field. George Steinbrenner passed away several years ago, and they named the stadium after him. This is where the Tampa Bay Rays will call home for their 2025 season. This is where they'll be playing. And my mom, back when she lived here, used to be a salesperson at that exact Mercedes-Benz. And that's where she got an autographed ball, got a ball autographed for me by Mr. October. Reggie Jackson used to come in there and hang out during spring training. My mom became friends with Reggie Jackson. This is also the home to the Yankees minor league team, the Tampa Tarpons, formerly known as the Tampa Yankees. They changed their name to the Tarpons years back. So the Rays will be juggling, the Rays and Tarpons will be sharing this field. So that's going to be tough. Also, it's Florida, it's Tampa. It's going to rain. There's going to be rainouts. There's going to be lightning storms, the lightning capital of the world. Tampa actually means land of the lighted sticks in the native language. All right, gates open. George M. Steinbrenner Field. I hate to say this, but welcome home. No offense to you Yankees fans out there. I'm just joking. I'm giving you a hard time. But just imagine if you guys had to play home games in our stadium, how you would feel. Wow. Does not look like there's any type of game or event going on here today. Security is present. I feel like I'm going to be able to park and walk up and check out some of the Yankees history and whatnot. Give you a little tour of the outside. Don't know if we can get inside. I doubt it. And it looks like I'll be able to walk up. I've done this before with my dad years ago, the first time we came over here and just kind of walked around the stadium. We just kind of parked. It wasn't game day. Been to a lot of games here with my parents, with my mom. My mom used to get free tickets, working right next door. She met a lot of Yankees players, a lot of baseball players, so I've been here. And right behind me, just to show you what's going on, there is Hillsborough Community College, where I used to take a lot of courses. Used to take courses there in Ybor City. More so, I spent more time at that campus. So I'm very familiar with this area. Spent a lot of time here in Tampa. The Rays are finally gonna play in Tampa, and this is not the scenario we all thought we would get or wanted, personally. But it is what it is. It's the location that makes the most sense. This stadium holds, I think, just shy of 13,000, between 12 and 13,000. which is comparatively, you know, to an MLB stadium, that's nothing. All right, so I spoke a few moments with one of the security guards out here. He was just saying hello. We're okay to walk around the stadium, take pictures and whatnot. Typically, if it wasn't Sunday, the team store would be open. We just can't go beyond the fence. So, interesting conversation. Learned a lot about what's going to happen here. There are 40 games because of the weather already that they know are going to be a problem. We're talking heat. We're talking thunderstorms, we're talking lightning. So we already have 40 games because of the elements of Florida and playing outside that are going to be a problem, and counting. George M. Steinbrenner, his statue right there. Lived in Tampa for many years. There's actually a Steinbrenner High School just north of here. George's family owned many businesses here, of course, owned the New York Yankees. He is a celebrated man, a well-celebrated life right here in Tampa, and they named the stadium after him. It's like he passed. I remember when he passed. I can't believe it was that long ago. July 13th, 2010 is what it says right there. July 4th, 1930. He was born on the 4th of July. Look at that. America's birthday and America's pastime. That man knew much of both. So, I was just let know by the nice gentleman over here, the security officer, that they are building a brand new clubhouse for the New York Yankees, and that the Rays will be able to utilize the brand new clubhouse facility. And he said it's much nicer than what you guys have at Tropicana Field, rubbing it in a little bit there, but he's probably right. That's amazing. But because the Tampa Bay Rays will be utilizing the clubhouse over here, that means the Tampa Tarpons, who call this home primarily, they're here year-round, have to put their facilities over at the training facility across the street. The other baseball diamonds kind of showed. So, yeah, everyone's going to be uncomfortable here for a while. And this behind me right here, this is really cool. Some of the greatest baseball players of all time. We're talking about Yogi Berra right there. He used to come out here every spring break and, you know, help coach the Yankees. And he has been seen inside of Mercedes-Benz many of times when my mom used to see him walk in there before he passed away. Check this out. Joe DiMaggio. Joltin' Joe. Joe DiMaggio, one of the greatest players of all time. One of my favorite Yankees of all time. Used to coach for the Yankees. He was a batting coach after he retired. I made a video about Joe DiMaggio and Marilyn Monroe's time here at in Tampa Bay as he was coaching the New York Yankees. Check out that video. I went to the one of the old spots where the Yankees used to play in St. Petersburg for spring break. Showed all the Marilyn Monroe spots. Just love it. We're talking about the greatest, the great Bambino, not the wimpy deer. We're talking about the Sultan of SWAT, Babe Ruth, number 3, a man that needs no introduction. So far, no one's needed an introduction. Mickey Mantle, one of my all-time favorite Yankees. 1961, summer of 61, legendary moments. Bill Dickey also wore number 8. Casey Stengel. Lou Gehrig. Lou was one of the most prolific Yankees from 1923 to 1939, one of the most prolific hitters. His skills and inner strength were things of beauty on the ball field, earning him the nickname the Iron Horse. That's how he got his nickname. I'm not going to read all the signs. So many Yankee greats here represented. We got Derek Jeter, who I once met right here in Tampa at a Starbucks. Didn't really meet him, just kind of said hello. Also, this is where I first met Zach Hampel a few years back. Yeah, that's why we're here. We came out to watch. It wasn't the Rays playing, it was the Yankees and someone else, and Zach Hampel was here, and Adam and I came out, hung out with him, and also I think Fenway Chris was there that night. Oh, check this out. Mr. October, Reggie Jackson. Got his autograph. Thanks, Mom. All right, I'm just going to keep going. I saw Don Mattingly over there, Joe Torre. I see Phil Rizzuto. Rizzuto. R-I-Z-Z-U-T-O. I'm thinking of Billy Madison. Rizzuto. And here's the construction. So this will be done before the Tampa Bay Rays start playing here. This is the construction of the new clubhouse. And also, he said they're going to build some sort of like an aquarium out here for the kids. So you might actually see some rays here, like real rays. There you go, peeking over the fence here for you. And over here's the practice field. One of the practice fields, just right off the bat, no pun intended. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's a big facility. So that's going to be right behind the home dugout. Obviously, that's the first base side. This is where we will be watching the Tampa Bay Rays for 2025, right here in Tampa. 22 minutes without traffic away from St. Petersburg Tropicana Field. This is the team store over here. Over here in the corner, before the walkway, there's actually a memorial to the World Trade Center, 9/11 memorial. There's actually a little plaque right here. I've never seen this before. Got the towers, and over here welded into a portion, which yes, that came from the rubble. New York Fire Department 343 9/11/01. Oh, it says it right here. This piece of steel, as part of the monument in front of the Twin Towers, is an actual portion of the World Trade Center. It was donated to be a part of this monument by the Gene O'Kane Division, retired firefighters of the New York City Palm Harbor. I still get cold chills every time I see this image. And here's the gate's open right now. Can't go in there. They warned us not to go in, but there's just a look over there, the practice field. And you can see Raymond James Stadium on the other side of Del Mabry Highway, where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play football. All right, so there you go. I feel so relieved that I did this. I knew I had to come out here. I knew I had to go to Tropicana Field and face the tragedy. You know, it's real for me now. That was hard. That was an emotional visit, just because of all the, you know, the memories and the positive energy, the good, the bad, just all of that. Just so much energy I put into that area. Just like a lot of people out there I know will relate. Just hard to see that happen. And I hope somehow we all get this figured out. Right now, who knows where the Rays will play? I mentioned Tennessee. They're talking about Nashville. That's the latest talks. Before they knew they were playing here for 2025, they considered a ton of locations. One being Disney Wide World of Sports. Here, where the Phillies play, over in Clearwater, that stadium that's off of Highway 19. They even talked about Dunedin, which is just around the corner from there. That's where the Blue Jays play spring training. They even talked about Miami, sharing a stadium with Miami. At one point, they were talking about Nashville again for the temporary home. Salt Lake City came up, and also Montreal. I think that was it. There may have been a couple of other things. This thing has been going back and forth in the news since Milton for over a month, about a month and a week now. I hope the Rays have a great season. I hope this doesn't affect their performance. I hope it betters their performance. And I hope they have a great season no matter where they play baseball. The most important thing is they're playing baseball. We're just the fans. But we love you guys. So good luck, Tampa Bay Rays, playing here at George Steinbrenner Field. And I want to thank you guys for sticking with me. This was a heavy one. It was an emotional visit today. I just wanted to document it, get my thoughts out there, my feelings. I started my channel for fun. I also started it way back when as an escape. This is therapy. So I hope you enjoyed the session. Yes, it's all out there, and I will be back here to watch some baseball this fall, and I hope to see you there. And of course, I'll video it. I'm anxious to see how much the tickets cost. Only 13,000 seats, I'm sure. You know, there'll be games where they'll be really expensive. I'm sure there'll be games where they're inexpensive. Let's see how often they sell out. We already know we have 40 games in question that might not happen. So it's going to be a mess. MLB history going down right now. The Athletics currently don't have a stadium. They just played their last game in Oakland. So they will be playing in Sacramento the next 2 years, I believe, until their new stadium in Las Vegas gets built. And then you have the Rays out here. in the AL East without no stadium. So you got 2 MLB teams right now that do not have a home, a baseball stadium. That's crazy. Who knew? The future is now. All right, guys. I'm not going to hold you too much longer. Thank you for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up. Feel free to share it. Feel free, again, to leave your opinions, your comments below. I'm Tampa J. I love the Tampa Bay Rays. Raise up. There's always much ahead. Know you're awesome. Know you're loved. And no matter who you are, what you're going through, just know that there's always much ahead. The world will figure it out somehow. And so will you. A junior in high school at Oldsmar Christian School at the top of Tampa Bay. I wasn't going to play baseball. I just said, you know, I'm just going to play basketball throughout my junior and senior year. At that time, I left Indiana. I was playing 3 sports: football, baseball, and basketball. I loved basketball. I decided to say, hey, I'm just going to play basketball from now on. One night, I had a dream that I was playing for the Tampa Bay Rays, and this was well into, baseball season. My high school baseball team had already started playing, and I had a dream that I was playing right field in Tropicana Field. No, actually, sorry, left field. And I had so much fun in that dream that I woke up and I said, you know what, that's a sign. I need to go play some baseball. And so that day after school, I went out to the practice field and I talked to the coach and I said, hey coach, I've always played baseball. For some reason I didn't want to this year, and last night I had a dream and I really miss it. And immediately he's like, got your glove? Of course I did. He's like, get to practicing. I started playing baseball, and it's because of that dream. I don't think I've ever told that story. Still love it. Still do.